It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. Tonight, it'll be the Sacramento Kings up against the Atlanta Hawks at Phillips Arena. Well, for Atlanta, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. Well, tonight, we'll see Jeff Teague in action, and he really is the engine for this team. He might have flown under the radar before, Shaq, but not anymore.
You know, he has no problem getting into the teeth of the defense. He's very efficient with every touch he gets. Last season, he shot almost 5 free throws a game. Only thing I question is him being aggressive, not some of the time, but all of the time.
You know what? I think he's on the natural progression. A lot of people think he should have been a little bit step ahead because a few years ago it's taken him to get to this point. But this is a natural progression, and he has flourished now as a starter.
Just about ready for the tip. We check in with Kevin Harlan. Kev.
On the floor for the visiting Sacramento Kings. At power forward, Quincy Acy. At shooting guard, Marco Bellinelli. At the other forward position, Omri Caspi. At the other guard position, Darren Collison. At center, DeMarcus Cousins. The head coach of the visiting team is George Karl. Starting at power forward, at 6'9", number 43, Chris Humphries. The other forward position, 6 feet 7 inches, number 25, Paolo Savarosha. At guard, 6'7" from Great, number 26, Kyle Korver. At guard, 6'2" from Wake Forest, number 0, Jeff Teague. And at center, 6'10" from Florida, number 15, Al Horford Fox. The head coach of your home team is Mike Budenholzer. This is the ATL. Make some noise for your Atlanta Hawks.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan. We have Doris Burks on the sideline as well. And a one-game homestand for Atlanta as the Hawks will try to recharge their batteries on their home court. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Sacramento. They controlled everything in both games last year, going 2-0.
Yeah, an interconference matchup, and these are two teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
Well, you know, they swept the season series a year ago. The expectation is they'll do the same thing again this time around.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Kings, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Quincy Acy. Then there's Collison. Then there's Bellinelli. And it's Caspi in at the small forward position. A nice shot by Teague. Well, the main problem last year for the Kings, Greg, their defense. Just couldn't slow teams down on their end of the court, and it cost them.
Yeah, listen, a lot of it had to do with the defensive problems overall. They were pretty much in the bottom 10 of every major defensive category and dead last in blocks as well.
Here's the Hawks with the ball. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
And Sacramento has possession. After the three-pointer from Al Horford, here's Collison, and the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his first foul.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
Puts it up off the inbound. Here's Caspi, plays it up and banks it in.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Picked by Horford. Teague dishes to Humphries. There's a screen. The three from Sefolosha. Horford slams it back in.
Tell you what, coaches love to see that kind of hustle, guys. I mean, getting after it on the offensive board, that's always a winning play.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The hustle's great, guys, but I think we all prefer to see the finish when you can go up and throw it down like that.
Hawks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Humphries kicks to Sefolosha. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. From 15 feet away, Horford no luck. For Sacramento, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. A drive by Collison. Here's Bellinelli, guarded by Korver. 6 on the shot clock. That's a 2 from Bellinelli. And Horford pulls it down.
Not sure what the lead was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look. That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And stolen by Horford. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
For the Sacramento Kings, the last game a loss to Toronto.
You don't have to go too deep into the box score to figure out why they lost that one. They just had an inability on that day to make shots.
You know, sometimes we talk about a defense getting into the heads of the opposing players, Greg. That night, they got up in their own heads. Just got in their own way and couldn't get out of it.
So it's Sacramento. After the basket by Atlanta, here's Cousins. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
DeMarcus Cousins can really be unstoppable at times on offense. He's shown star qualities ever since he stepped into the NBA. It wasn't until last season that he was voted to the All-Star game.
The Kings trail by 7. And Caspi kicks to Collison. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. And back to Cousins last year. He was the first Sacramento King to appear in an All-Star game, which is hard to believe in over a decade. That is a long stretch, a long drought.
And I'll tell you what, no question he's been doing a lot of heavy lifting here early in his career. But I tell you what, you surround him with some sick talent, and I can see rings in this young man's future.
Now here's Teague, following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. Picked by Horford. Teague left side. The feed to Korver. Shot clock at 5. Here's Horford. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Last season we saw Al Horford rounding back into form. Good to see that after what had been his second season-ending pectoral muscle tear back in late 2013.
Exactly. I mean, the Hawks just had to bide their time while their best player was out. You saw once he returned, though, he makes a big difference for him.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
First one falls for him.
And for me, Horford, one of the most unappreciated stars in the league. When he's healthy, he's every bit the franchise player because he really has no weakness. He does pretty much everything well on the floor.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And Horford, I mean, this guy does it all on the floor. But for me, his leadership, that's one of those real intangibles. And he's unselfish, all about his teammates and completely focused on winning. So when your best player has that commitment, it has to rub off on the other players.
A strong season from Darren Collison cut short last year. Break shut down at the end of last February.
Yeah, he had that issue with his hip, and that kind of ended things for him in what had been a promising season. A shame since he was having the best of his career today.
The first free throw is good.
Collison was having a career year last year, guys. I mean, 16 points a game was a career high for him, and he also shot more threes than ever before.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Atlanta. And both free throws good for Darren Collison.
And I think even in the injury-shortened season, Collison showed he is still a starter in the NBA. Now, he's been used as a Super Six man in the past, but he's just as effective, I believe, at starting the game.
Korver, a screen on Collison. Korver passes to Cephalosha. Humphries kicks it over to Schroeder. Nice D from Cousins.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Sacramento again missing.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Kicks to Schroeder. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. Well, games so often come down to free throws, and when that's the case, these are the players you want at the line. The best free throw shooting 2 guards in the NBA. Second is Kyle Korver.
And this is a set of players that can drive and slash, hoping to draw contact, because if they can get to the bucket and the foul, it's going to be a three-point play the hard way.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I think even if they get whistled for a fair number of charge calls because of that aggressive mindset, it's worth it when you're an elite free throw shooter, and these guys are. I think you've always got to be aggressive in trying to get yourself to the foul line.
Now here's Collison. Kyle Korver missing his last shot. Lets it go, and it's Cousins. That time on the assist by Collison.
He could have forced a tough inside shot, but made a terrific kick out to find the open jumper instead. Man, you talk about a guy that's bounced around the league since he's been in it. Darren Collison. I mean, he's played on 5 different teams in his first 6 seasons, and has been a contributor and an impact player on all of them. Basketball season for Atlanta. Here's where they sit in the NBA stats. First in free throw percentage. Third in points off turnover. And they also show up as a top 5 rebounding team.
And you look at their ranking, tops in free throw percentage. I think it speaks to their focus and discipline as a team. They look to capitalize on every mistake.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Sacramento. For Darren Collison, played a career-high 35 minutes a game last year. Seemed to help him find his rhythm, Greg, on offense.
And his coach had confidence in him, and boy, did he deliver. Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that hip injury shut him down after 45 games, but a positive season for him to build upon nonetheless.
And so here's Sacramento, following the miss by Al Horford. Cousins against Horford. Caspi dishes to Rondo. They get it again. Caspi with the bucket. Caspi's got his second bucket.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Horford. And that one is stuffed right through.
How about the excitement right now that he's playing the game with? I love it.
He capped that dunk off with some serious hang-time on the rim.
I tell you what, he just couldn't contain himself on that one.
Now here's Collison. 20 points for him last game against Toronto.
And it just wasn't about the offense. I mean, he was racking up the steals and taking advantage of some sloppy play by the opponent.
Now here's Schroeder. He's covered by Collison. Uncovered. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. And it's a 5-point Hawks lead. And for the Kings, they're shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Floats one. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Schroeder with the ball. Working on Collison. Rejected by Collison. Outside Rondo. Cousins, no one around him. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And here is Cephalosha. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. The Hawks working the ball around. Here's Horford. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. You saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
First free throw is good.
And former coach of the year, George Karl, making his way back into the league last season. Kings picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching situation.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Muscala, he's checked in for Horford. Mike Scott comes in for Chris Humphries. Hardaway's checked in for Cephalosha. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Kyle Korver. And it's tied up with that one. And what a pickup to get a guy like Carl, Greg, on their bench, as you mentioned. He's just been a winner for his entire career.
Well, he's climbing the ladder in the all-time wins category as a coach, and also he's a cancer survivor. He's overcome a battle with cancer, and that also lends itself to having great compassion and respect for George Karl.
As did his son, Kobe.
That's
Remember
right.
that? Yeah.
That's right. It's a family affair.
They get the rebound. A nice shot by Koufos.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now here is Hardaway. 9 points last game out. Here's Scott. Koufos with the block. Outside Collison. 13 feet away. It's deflected.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Pass to Bazemore. Three-pointer. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That is his first foul of the game.
Right call. Gave the officials no choice there. I mean, they've got to make that call over the back.
Yeah, I mean, he went chest first into the man in front of him. My goodness. I'm not an official, and I could have gotten that one right.
Sacramento making a switch here. Curry's checked in. Pass to Bazemore. Schroeder kicks to Hardaway. There's the pass to Bazemore. Feeds it to Muscala. Soft touch on the glass. Muscala's got his first 2 points of the night.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
And Cauley Stein throws it down.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Works it to Bazemore. Now here is Hardaway. Schroeder's got his second bucket tonight. The Kings trailing. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer. He said their main focus will be trying to contain Rajon Rondo. He said, quote, "We all know that Rondo's capable of taking over games single-handedly. So, guys," he said, "they've got to match his energy and try to keep him out of the paint." And
thank you for that, Doris. And, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Hawks?
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
And he can't get the first one. And for Kosta Koufos, Clark, so far he hasn't had that breakout year. He has been kind of in the shadow of Marc Gasol on that front line for Memphis.
Yeah, but he's understood his role, and he's done a nice job. He did start 81 games for Denver a few seasons ago, Kevin, but I think he's very comfortable as a backup. He's one of those guys who's just effective in limited playing stints.
And he sinks the second.
And talking about Koufos, he gives you some things you want out of your bigs. Great size and activity, solid rebounds and blocks per minute numbers. He may just need a chance in the right system to show more games.
It's deflected. 44 seconds left here in the first quarter. So they take the lead.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
The Hawks trailing.
And, you know, getting back to Koufos, one thing he has to get better at is finishing through contact. He has a really nice touch around the basket, but sometimes contact negates that.
And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Bazemore passes to Schroeder. A floater, but he recovers it. To the inside. Clock at 4. And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time.
That's his first personal foul.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. There's a good screen. Clock at 6. From deep. Scott. Good. Scott's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Rondo's shot is good. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Kings lead by 1. And we'll return shortly. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
Just almost an intimidating factor when you're able to go out and consistently come up with the block shots like they have defensively.
Well, what happens is shooters begin to start looking for the shot blockers, and it does intimidate them.
The Kings leading. We've got Hardaway. Muscala is out there with Scott. And there's Teague. And it's Bazemore at the 2 spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. He used that pick just right. Curry's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Kings.
You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups.
Now, here's Scott. AC with the rebound. And now Sacramento on the break. Rondo's running, and the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Al Horford's checked in for Muscala. And a change for the Kings. Caspi, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Off the inbound, and McLemore snaps it in.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Well, last season, the Hawks not only had a great year on the floor as they were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, but they had a pretty good day at the bank, too. They sold for a nice price. Looks like the team is going to stay in Atlanta where it belongs.
Yeah, and that's great news for Atlanta. And they were rewarded with a terrific season. The group, including Grant Hill, purchased the Hawks, and obviously will keep that group in Atlanta.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
Kings moving the ball around. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Cousins. His shot is off. Good work defensively by Horford.
His shot's it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
T dishes to Bazemore. Cousins against Horford. Hardaway from outside. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give.
And finished off by AC.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
He scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts. For Sacramento, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. There's the pick. Pass to McLemore. He dishes it to Curry. now. Here's McLemore. He's tightly guarded. Screen by Cousins. 5 on the clock. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Cousins missing again.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Let's take a moment to see the squads that have been the most dominant on the glass this season. The 4th spot held by the Hawks.
You know, all season long, this has been one of the better rebounding teams in the league. And when you rebound the ball well, you limit your opponent's second shot opportunities, and you also give yourself some additional scoring opportunities by climbing that glass.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
And the Kings last season struggled with just about everybody. And the Eastern Conference was no different. Just couldn't get the wins they needed to keep pace in their conference.
Chris Humphries has checked in for Atlanta. Cephalosha comes in for Kent Bazemore. Bellinelli, he's checked in for the Kings. Hardaway hits them both. Clark, the Kings last season only 11 wins in 30 games against the Eastern Conference. So he had more out of the conference wins than the Wolves last season. That was not a good number.
Yeah, and the Kings didn't have a winning record against any Eastern division either. So you can't make up ground in the West if you can't beat the teams in the East.
Sacramento shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Seth Curry. 2 shots. Under 6.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Curry. Certainly the biggest surprise last year, Clark, was the play of the Atlanta Hawks. Few would have picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. The Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
And the Hawks making a change here. Korver's checked in, and both free throws good for Curry.
And for the Hawks, they did end up with 4 All-Stars last season. As you said, it was all about how they worked together as a team.
And the rejection by Cousins. Korver kicks to Horford. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And quickly, let's look at the numbers for Korver. Averaging about 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
Yeah, in every way, I think he's doing a much better job, and the numbers certainly support that.
First free throw is good.
And, you know, around the NBA, the league recognized the Hawks were a complete team. Everybody played their role superbly. The NBA named all 5 of their starters the Player of the Week last year in an unprecedented move.
He hits both from the stripe.
Horford having just a fantastic game. 13 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Outside T, at the elbow, Horford. Fades back. Here's Humphries. And that's good. A nice job on the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Bellinelli passes to Caspi. He kicks it to Bellinelli. Screen by Cousins. Fires from deep. That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Bellinelli.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Horford against Cousins. Horford dishes to Korver. Teague up top. 23 points for him the last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates. And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
No good from Cousins. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Bellinelli pulls it in. The Kings have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all total. He feeds it to Cousins. Dishes it to Bellinelli. Collison against Teague. There's the pick. The drive by Collison. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. And look at Chicago. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, the Atlanta Hawks down 4 spots from them.
And if you look at the Hawks right now, this season has been, it's been solid. But they just need to maintain their place in the standings and get 100% prepared here for the postseason.
I really think this is a dangerous team that could be a popular choice as a playoff sleeper.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
Sacramento didn't have a free-flowing offense, and they wanted to get up and down, and it showed in their play transitioning from stagnant to free-flowing.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Kufis checked in for Cousins, and it's Cauley-Stein in for Casper. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Atlanta's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. T kicks to Sefolosha. They set the pick. Korver a screen on Collison. Horford sets a screen for T. Cannot hit. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Sacramento, a team that is likely to put it on the floor to attack. We saw that last year. They have no problem creating with player movement versus ball movement, which is something which is a nice way to kind of begin the transition.
It is. And, Kevin, they were dead last in the league in terms of catch-and-shoot field goal attempts. Also near the bottom in catch-and-shoot field goal percentage. So they might have been justified in that.
You just watched Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer. Clark, he's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And he's also athletic. You know, sometimes you forget that. I mean, this guy's got the tools also to be a terrific defender. And I still think he's developing consistency at that end of the floor.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Muscala comes in for Al Horford. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Thabo Sefolosha. And so Teague gets 2 free throws.
And speaking of Jeff Teague's defense, I mean, his rebounding, I think, could also be a little higher. I mean, with his bounce, he can get in there and grab a few more.
Last season, Atlanta showed just how much fun a team can have playing team basketball, a complete team effort. We use that word a lot. You don't see it much in the NBA, but boy, they epitomized it, Clark.
Yeah, they sure did. Refreshing to see a team do that well collectively without a real superstar. Just a solid group that understood their roles and played them perfectly.
you see here contribute as much on D as they do at the other end of the court. A list of the steal leaders among point guards. 5th is Darren Collison.
And with these guys, they are always going to give you an equally outstanding effort at both ends of the floor. I mean, it takes very aggressive defense to put up steal numbers like that.
And you love the mindset this guy has at the defensive end. He wants to impact the game defensively, and you love that attitude.
And, folks, it's not like the Hawks didn't have talent. I mean, they did have 4 All-Stars last year. None of them voted in, however.
Now Bellinelli. 11 points for him in that last game against Toronto. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Teague the pass to Korver. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rondo.
Let's take a look here at the Kings and how they're stacking up as this season ramps up right now. 8th in fast break points, 11th in rebounding, and they're in the top half of the league in getting steals as well. Not bad, but could be better.
And they play at a nice tempo. I mean, you see their fast break points per game. Not the quickest team in the league, but they are opportunistic. And you lag getting back, they'll make you pay.
The Kings trailing. Collison kicks to Bellinelli. The dish to Rondo. They get a hand on it. The feed to Koufos. From deep, 5 to shoot. Rebound by the Hawks. Teague's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
You know, what shows you just how team-oriented the Hawks were last season was this stat. They never had anybody score more than 30 points for them in the game all season. Millsap had 30 points once early in the year, and that was a high mark for the team.
Cauley-Stein dishes to Bellinelli. A drive by Collison. Kicks to Cauley-Stein. Humphries with the steal. Humphries with a screen on Collison. Outside Korver. A three-pointer is right on target. Now it's a 6-point Atlanta lead.
Great job from behind the arc this quarter. I mean, shooting just under 60% for the game. I mean, that's smoking.
There's Bellinelli, guarded by Korver. Now Bellinelli. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Just 3 to shoot. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Bellinelli's got 5 points now in the quarter. Here's Teague. He's got 6. Here's the teardrop, and the layup is good. Teague's got 8 points.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Here's Bellinelli, guarded by Korver. Bellinelli passes to Koufos. Feeds it to Bellinelli. There's the screen. Fires from the wing. And it's Humphries with the rebound. Humphries has got his 3rd rebound tonight.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Now here's Schroeder. He's covered by Rondo. It's blocked. Out of bounds. Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession. Atlanta making some changes. Scott comes in for Chris Humphries. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Jeff Teague. And the Kings also making a change. McLemore's checked in. A 3 off the inbound. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mike Muscala. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Hardaway's checked in for Atlanta. The Kings trail by 6. Rondo with it. He's got 5. pass to McLemore. He dishes it to Bellinelli. 6 to shoot. It's up a 3. That one goes. Covered. Bellinelli's got 8.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
It's it to Bazemore. They set the screen. Hardaway dishes to Scott. That drops and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Scott's got his second basket.
And guys, you hear about how the Hawks are the jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
Here's Bellinelli, guarded by Hardaway, and it's Koufos missing.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there. It made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponent when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Rondo on top. Sacramento moving it around. With some art, Bellinelli gets the bucket. Bellinelli's got 10 points now just in this quarter. On for Coach Budenholzer, Greg. He did spend 19 years with the Spurs, so it makes a lot of sense. Clark, he won 4 titles during his time here in San Antonio.
And Kevin, you can really see how he's adapted and brought the motion offense over to this team, and it's worked well for the Hawks.
Here's Schroeder. Koufos with the block.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity.
Well, they ought to be. I mean, that's basic basketball time management. You've got to be aware of your clock and your situation.
Shots good by McLemore.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Schroeder passes to Bazemore. There's the screen. Here's Hardaway. And so he uses a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
That's his second personal foul.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Tim Hardaway Jr. 2 shots.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
No good on the free throw.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
Quincy Azee's checked in for the Kings. Caspi comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And the second free throw, good. Sacramento's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Now Caspi. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Toronto.
Yeah, but I also thought the rebounding was impressive. He got some huge boards in that game.
From the line. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And he beats the buzzer to end the quarter.
Terrific shot there. I mean, he was calm, he was poised, didn't rush it at all. You got to tip your hat to him.
And so it's a close game as we Kings ahead, up by 1. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output from both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. What'd you think about Sacramento, Kenny?
They were clearly a better shooting team. Their play calling and execution were on point. It wasn't a dominant performance, but you did get an idea of how efficient they can be. They'll need to continue that kind of shooting if they want to pull away in the second half.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Hawks.
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. Second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they own the offensive boards.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Al Horford has been sensational.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half, and he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Guys, he's been in beast mode down low, asserting his will. The defense has been helpless, unable to slow him down.
Sacramento's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land, 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight.
And I think it's fair to say last season was a bit of a transition year for the Kings. I mean, after firing Malone and the injuries to their stars, they just tried to build for the future, realizing that was going to be in their best interest.
On the court right now for the Kings, Caspi is out there with Quincy Ace. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Bellinelli. And it's Collison at the point. Neither side has relented a bit in this back-and-forth affair.
Well, 8 lead changes, Kevin, so far as the teams are battling it out here in the third.
And you can sense the energy in the building already as this game is starting to build towards having a terrific finish.
And the Kings last year were able to get George Karl to lead the team a bit higher for them. This team did decent under him back in the last half of the season.
Yeah, they still got a lot of work to do, but he can certainly make it happen for one of the outstanding coaches in our league. The Kings actually were in it for a while last year, but then had a mini rebuild mid-season.
Here's Cousins. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
You know, when you look at DeMarcus Cousins, he's clearly one of the more talented and also one of the most emotional players in the game. He's also one of the most teed up.
Yeah, talking about Cousins' top 5 in technical fouls in each of his first 5 seasons. Among other things, that's given away a ton of free points, guys, to the opposition.
Yeah, DeMarcus is working hard to control that temper, and he knows it's important for the team. But it's hard to plug a volcano.
And he makes the first.
Well, DeMarcus Cousins in this one, he has 8 points, and he's rejected a shot over the course of the game, too.
And it easily could have been more. He's played an effective game at that end of the floor.
And he makes both free throws. The Hawks leading. Inside, here's Horford. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got his 4th assist in this one. The Kings shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Collison kicks to Bellinelli. Back to Collison. to the middle. Here's Acey. Rebounded by Cephalosha.
And out of the gates here in the second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Pass to Teague. Horford with his screen on Collison. To the paint. It's taken away by Collison. At the top of the key, Cousins. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Kyle Korver.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
Shooting for Atlanta, DeMarcus Cousins at the line for 2. Under 6.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Cousins. Hawks were so dominant last year and were the first team to clinch their spot in the postseason.
Hawks also would wrap up the top seed in the East and were able to advance against the Nets in 6 games.
And he makes the first but misses the second.
You know, in the second round, the Hawks had a bit of trouble once again with the Wizards. Were able to get by them despite going down 2-1 in that series. It seemed like they were out of gas against the Cavs in the next round.
Korver dishes to Horford. He's feeling it, and it's denied. Now here's Collison. He's got 8, and there's the pass to Acey. Cannot hit. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Teague drives in. The 15-footer. That's good from Horford on the assist by Teague. Teague's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And really, with the Hawks in the postseason, they just ran out of help. I mean, the Korver injury, the Carroll injury were huge against the Cavs. And when you lose that much talent, you could see why they were swept out of that conference finals. Don't forget, they also lost Cephalosha prior to the playoffs.
Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician. So good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
For Horford, right around 21 points per, 9 rebounds and 4 assists. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes natural.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Curry's checked in for Bellinelli. The Kings trail by 4.
And Jeff Teague, a real speed merchant. I mean, very tough to stay in front of. He can put you on skates, blow by, and get right to the rim.
A drive by Collison, rejected by Teague.
Ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play. And guys, Jeff Teague, an attack guard. He's just an average three-point shooter, but he gets to the free throw line in bunches, shoots at a high percentage, and has really revolved, I think, into one of the elite point guards in the league.
Here's Caspi. Can't hit, so Atlanta will take it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Teague, the pass to Humphries. Rebound by the Kings. Caspi's got 6 rebounds in the game. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
A drive by Collison. It's rebounded by Teague. Teague's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Great D that time from Collison. The Kings trail by 6. Here's AC. Sacramento again missing. Atlanta's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the free ball here. Teague with the ball, picked up by Collison. Teague kicks to Cephalosha. Back to Teague. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Humphries. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Horford. He squares up and sinks it. Horford's got 23 points.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's key to this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Collison kicks to AC. Cousins dishes to AC. Outside Collison. Lets a floater go. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
You know, the teardrop sometimes is one of those, oh no, oh no, oh yeah shots.
Great D that time from T. The Hawks leading by 6. Outside Korver. He kicks to Cephalosha. Here's Horford. No good with the triple.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bagels in the second. Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas. And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the Kings.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
It's stolen by T. He feeds it to Korver. Dishes it to Humphries. Down low. And it's T. That time on the assist by Humphries. And now an 8-point Hawks lead. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, their second chance points have been a story all night as well. But that's just pure effort and hustle.
6 to shoot. Rebound, Atlanta.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
Outside T. Horford sets a screen for T. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Kings trail by 8. Here is Caspi. 6 points for him. A try by Collison.
Well, Darren Collison in this one, he's got 10 points and a couple of great-looking rejections. So far, 2 blocks.
Yeah, you know, he's had a great feel for their ball movement down low and for where to be when the shot's going up.
He's made all 6 of his tries at the line so far.
Under 6.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Kufis checked in for Cousins. Cauley Stein comes in for Quincy Acey. McLemore's checked in for Caspi. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Curry. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
He's having a great game at the free throw line, Kevin. His hot streak continues.
Schroeder kicks to Hardaway. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. And a chance here now to take a look at the teams that are tops in the league in scoring points off turnovers. In the third spot, the Hawks.
You know, when you make a mistake against this team, they make you pay. I mean, because they convert those turnovers into fast break points, and that really can be demoralizing.
Left side, Collison. Right at the free throw line. It's tipped. Here we go, one-on-one. Bazemore passes to Schroeder. The kick out to Scott. Hands it from downtown. Scott's got the lead up to 9 now for the Hawks.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
On a piece of it. Now here's Schroeder. He's covered by Collison. And Muscala kicks it over to Schroeder. Looking to get it going. Rondo against Hardaway. Now the dish to Muscala. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Hardaway has got his 3rd assist on the night.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of the great Tim Hardaway Sr., had a very good rookie season. However, last season, not the improvement that some were hoping to see on him.
Kevin, you knew the expectations were going to be high going forward, very high. But sometimes you step back before you move forward. He only shot 39% last season, very low for a guy of his caliber.
November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Taking a look at Golden State, a terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And, of course, there's the Kings, 6.5 games behind them.
Yeah, you know, for the Kings, this season has to really become a wake-up call for them moving forward. If they didn't recognize before this year that they didn't have the talent to compete in this league, they sure as heck better recognize it now.
Well, I would certainly hope so. I mean, it's been hard to watch this team struggle as much as they have throughout most of this season.
And we were talking about Hardaway Jr., and he had a very good shot coming out of college, does a good job of freeing himself off screens, plays with good energy and intensity. For this young man, I believe the sky is the limit.
To the middle, here's Bellinelli, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Bellinelli's got 12.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
There's the feed to Bazemore. Scott inside. Puts up the baby hook.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Rondo. He's averaging 7 points a game, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
For sure. Great anticipation. Peripheral vision is there. Natural talent as well. Really shining through.
He misses the free throw.
Checking out the game Mike Scott is having. He has 8 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
And the second free throw, good. The Kings trail by 10. Outside Rondo. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number one, this game is out of hand.
Exactly, Clark. Their lead is not surprising given advantage on the backboard. The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
Stein with the screen for Rondo. There's the screen from deep. McLemore. Scott pulls it in. Scott's got his third rebound tonight. Schroeder with the ball. Now defended by McLemore. Now here's Schroeder. Tight defense on him. Shot clock at 5. Hardaway for 3. Goofus grabs the miss. The Kings trail by 15. 1:33 left in the third quarter of the game. Now here's Rondo. He's guarded by Schroeder. Magnificent rejection. Out of bounds. Atlanta will take possession. Hawks making a switch here. Horford's checked in. And a change for Sacramento. Caspi. He's checked in for Kosta Koufos. We've got 1:23 left to play in the third. And here's Schroeder. 8 points for him. Kicks to Hardaway. And the foul on Mike Scott. That is his first foul of the game.
They're over the limit. That's his first personal foul.
The Kings trail by 15. And 1:01 left in the third. Rondo from deep. McLemore. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists now in this one. Atlanta's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Horford double team. Feeds it to Hardaway. Back to Horford. Rebound by the Kings. Outside Rondo. There's 31 seconds left to play in the third. McLemore inside the line. Scott pulls it in. Scott's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Bazemore. A beautiful reverse layup. Bazemore's got 5.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Here's Bellinelli, and he lays it straight in. Bellinelli's got 4 this quarter.
Now that's a killer crossover. The defender got totally shook up by that move.
Schroeder can't get it to fall. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Hawks lead by 12. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. And Atlanta has possession. A 12-point game. It's stolen by Rondo. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kyle Korver. Then it's Chris Humphries. Then it's Thabo Sefolosha. And it's Horford in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Schroeder passes to Horford. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
Hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Good ball movement here by the Kings. Curry kicks to Cousins. Lets it go from 14. Good work defensively by Horford. The Atlanta leading by 14. Korver dishes to Schroeder. Passes it to Horford with the fadeaway. Rondo with the rebound. Sacramento's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Caspi passes to Curry. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim wrap.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Curry kicks to Rondo. There's the screen. Screen by Cousins. Outside Curry. He dishes it to Caspi. Six on the shot clock. Sefolosha with the steal. And here's the fast break. Sefolosha leading the way. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
What a nice play. Stole it away and took it coast to coast.
Rondo kicks to Caspi. And stolen by Horford. Outside Korver. A baseline J. And no good as it rattles out.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
And then Cousins with the dunk.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Korver kicks it over to Schroeder. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
The drive by Rondo and the dunk by AC.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that. Pretty one-handed flush.
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team. He was propping his guys up for their defensive pressure, saying, listen, the pressure you put on them has been fantastic. Keep pestering them, keep forcing turnovers, and we'll be in a great position to win this thing.
Jeff Teague, he's checked in for the Hawks. And stolen by Cousins. Now Caspi. Pass to Collison. And the call will be against Al Horford. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
On defense, Atlanta. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points.
Yeah, they've gotten careless, Kevin, no doubt about it, with their turnovers in the second half.
Korver with it. And Curry picks him up defensively.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Collison against Teague. Collison with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires from deep. Atlanta with the rebound. Humphries has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Cephalosha kicks to Humphries. The pass to Teague. Pass to Horford. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. And that's 31 points for Al Horford.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Collison kicks to Caspi. Back to Collison. Sacramento moving it around. Horford against Cousins. Fades back. And that one's good. Cousins has got 4 points this quarter.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway. Take the shot that's available.
Teague dishes to Horford. Horford double team. To the paint. And he finishes nicely on the way. And the Hawks lead by 16.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
No good from Caspi. Hawks have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Collison kicks to AC. Curry passes to Collison. Shoots off the step back. Shot is off. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Right side Teague. Inside. Korver kicks to Humphries. To the inside. Horford. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Horford's got 33.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy. And for Chris Humphries, last year was a chance to sign with a playoff contender. The Wizards turned out to be even more than that, with the 4th best record in the East. And Humphries helped them to get there, averaging about 6.5 boards per game.
Sideline with Doris Burke.
Hey, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what George Karl was saying to the team. He wants them running a disciplined, organized offense with an emphasis on setting screens and creating open shots on the floor for their shooters. Also, he said that he'd like them to operate quickly on offense, finding and taking shots early in the shot clock. A few late-on-the-fly adjustments as the situation gets more desperate for them. It's going to be a tough hill to climb, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Getting back to Humphries, he was rolling pretty good last season, but a late-season groin injury, Clark, cost him the final 16 games.
Yeah, terribly disappointing for Chris because he had become an important part of that front court rotation. He was up to almost 20 minutes a game before he went down.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
And, you know, guys, that kind of offensive efficiency really keeps a lot of pressure on the opponent, and that's part of why the lead is what it is. Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
T kicks to Cephalosha. Intercepted. 3-on-3. Bellinelli dishes to Caspi. Collison against Teague. Now here's Collison. Outside, Bellinelli. Rebound, Atlanta. Humphries has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Teague kicks to Humphries. Here's Cephalosha. Here's Horford. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Outside Collison. It's deflected. It's stolen by Korver. Here's Teague. He kicks to Horford. Got a hand on it, and they get it back. Korver gets a wide-open look. Gets to the corner and buries it. Korver's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Cousins with a screen on Teague. Collison the pass to Cousins. A step-back shot here. Rebounded by Cephalosha. Cephalosha's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Picked by Horford. To the right side. Teague for 3. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too, so nothing subtle about that one.
The Kings trail by 19. And here's Collison. Shot clock at 5. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Horford double team. Back to Teague. Over to the left wing. Cephalosha misses.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Caspi dishes to Collison. To the wing on the left. That's a 2 from Bellinelli. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Now Cephalosha. Clanking it by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Cephalosha's got 4 this quarter.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do. Way too many shots in close, and he's got to get his guys to cut that down in terms of points in the paint.
Clearly the reason for the timeout, Greg. I mean, he wants his guys to toughen up inside and start protecting the rim.
The Kings trail by 17. Collison with it. Cousins with a screen on Teague. The 3. And Cousins gets it to go. Cousins has got 12 points in just the second half.
And he had 1 in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
Korver kicks to Teague. Here's Horford, and he dumps it down.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
Sacramento's gone 7-15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Collison the pass to Ace. There's the pick. And Bellinelli kicks to Cousins. Shot clock at 5. That doesn't go either for Cousins.
It's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
Yep, and they've simply shown more aggressiveness, guys. More desire to secure the ball.
Horford double team. Sefolosha dishes to Horford. Korver passes to Teague. Takes a 3. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins.
Not good shot selection. Long range and a defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not. That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Hawks.
Clark, the differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
They made the defense adjust by moving the ball like that, and there was no answer for it.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And guys, being in opposite conferences, these teams only meet twice a year, and when it's been a while since you've seen a team like this, it always feels good to take the first game of the season series, and that's exactly what's taking place here tonight against the Kings.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Al Horford. He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Mike Scott's checked in for Horford. Ken Bazemore comes in for Sefolosha. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder's subbed in for Teague. And he sinks the second. 58 seconds left in the game. Outside Curry. Here's McLemore. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And one thing about Ben McLemore, he can be an absolute lights-out shooter. Last season was a big improvement over his rookie campaign. Up in field goal, three-point, and free throw accuracy. Really just scratching the surface in terms of his potential.
Shooting 2.
No good on that. And for Ben McLemore out of Kansas, he knew he had to work harder after the Kings drafted a guy to replace him, Nick Stauskas. And, of course, Stauskas went on to have Clark an even worse rookie campaign than McLemore had the year before.
Yeah, and McLemore actually on the uptick, very much improving in year 2, and that means perhaps Stauskas will be the odd man out.
And he sinks the second.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
40 seconds left in the game. There's a good screen. 11 feet away. Scott. Good.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
Yeah, you know, it was a real solid performance for them in a lot of areas. I mean, they should be proud of their work tonight.
Nice job coming off that screen.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Schroeder. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. There was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans, too, Kevin, gave their team a tremendous lift. I mean, they never gave up on them. From the opening tip until the end of the game, they were in it. And that certainly helped this crew get to the W.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Al, a very productive offensive night for you. What allowed you to be so effective in getting your scoring opportunities?
The guys were just finding me, and, you know, so it kind of freed me up a little bit and allowed me to get more shots. And we were flying around the whole game.
Well, congratulations on such a solid night offensively, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Al Horford. No matter what they threw at him during the second half, it seemed like he had the answer and was able to find all the shots he wanted.
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways. That was a player at the absolute top of his game. It's hard to imagine someone being any more dominant than he was tonight.
The job he did down low was fantastic. That's right, fantastic. He had great understanding of the way the defense was set up in the paint. He had a ton of high percentage looks close to the bucket and converted every time. Nice game, real nice game.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.